Hey, what's up everybody, TechChucker here, and welcome to episode 13 of This Week in Dioramas Season 2. Lucky number 13. It is getting real out there. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. We just got an announcement from my work that my pay will get cut by 7% until the end of the year, and I will be going on a 6-week furlough between now and the end of the year. Now, the nice thing is that I can schedule the furlough with my coworkers, so we can kind of pick what works best for us, and we're going to do it in 2-week blocks, which is also helpful for the amount of work that needs to still get done on a daily basis. So my family is going to be just fine. You don't need to worry about us. I just wanted to let you know, and also just put it out there that I hope the community is able to come together and support each other. I know that there are folks that are having much bigger hardships than I am, and I want to put that into context. So hopefully everybody has resources and support out there to be able to get you through this really weird time. But we are going to go ahead and put some of that stuff aside so we can focus on something else, something more enjoyable. If you're not familiar with how the show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas out there, and I showcase them right here on the show. Now, if you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag Thisweekindioramas. I've got a promo code for everybody on my merch store, and you can join the likes of Mr. Johnny Simpleton of the diorama community with the This Week in Dioramas t-shirt that he recently got. You can join the ranks of Mr. Simpleton, or you can grab any one of the other shirts that I've got. I've got the TechChucker channel logo t-shirt, long sleeve, and hoodie. We've got the This Week in Dioramas t-shirt, long sleeve, and hoodie. We've got a couple of phone cases, and we've got 2 new designs as well for t-shirts. We've got the How to Build a Diorama t-shirt. It's a take on the simplified instructions on how to do a diorama, and then the 4th step is obviously kind of tongue-in-cheek that all it takes is these 4 steps to make an amazing diorama. Or if that's not really to your taste, you can grab the Make Mine 1/12 t-shirt, long sleeve, or hooded sweatshirt. If you don't like 1/12, DM me and we can make the t-shirt in pretty much any scale that you want, as long as there is some demand for that, and I'll go ahead and mock it up so that you can grab something that you actually want. So the promo code is going to get you 20% off your order. The promo code is LOCKDOWN, one word, LOCKDOWN, and you're going to want to use that between now and April 30th. You've got till the end of the month to use that LOCKDOWN promo code to get 20% off your order. You can order from pretty much anywhere in the world. They ship to Europe, they ship to Asia, obviously North America. So make sure that you're using that promo code. Go to teespring.com/stores/techchucker and get your order in before April 30th. Before we get into the showcase, we do need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote, and it was pretty darn close. And the winner is the Into the Spider-Verse Dio by Star Marvel 76. Congratulations on the win. You are now entered into the Grand Championship vote coming at the end of the year. Make sure that you stay tuned till the end of this episode, where you will get another chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. We've got a lot to showcase today, so we're just going to jump right on into it. Starting off with Diorama Boy. He is newer to my radar, but he has some really amazing dioramas, and this one is the one that I'm choosing to showcase this week, and this thing is absolutely amazing. It is a fully magnetized collapsible display piece. It's 2 separate dioramas put together, and it essentially looks to be like a parking garage type of diorama. I love the fact that you've got lights in here and a ceiling. It really brings this thing together into a complete piece. You've got great paintwork. The weathering on here is absolutely amazing. It's just so cool, and again, these lights really add to the ambiance of this thing because it looks so good. The graffiti, all of it is so amazing. The talent on here is just impeccable. I really love what you've got going here. And then this is with the lights on. With the lights on, it still looks amazing. So awesome job to Diorama Boy on just an absolutely stunning piece. Moving on to our next display, this one is coming from Joe Dios, and wow, I think I've seen pictures of this one before, but not quite presented like this, and this thing is amazing. It is the Hoyt Schermerhorn Street Station diorama from New York City. And this thing is absolutely amazing. Just looking at all of the paint apps on this thing, and just take a look at this. The little rubber border thing that they've got here with the little, the detail on there. I mean, that is absolutely amazing to be able to add that in and make it look like it's been worn. This is phenomenal work. I just love it. It's so gross and grimy and nasty looking, but it is a perfect representation of a subway station. I've never been to New York, but I've been to Boston, I've been to Chicago in their subways, and this is just phenomenal. And then you've got the tracks here. This is so good. I'm blown away by the level of detail on this piece. So awesome job. I'm so glad to be able to showcase this thing on the show because it is so good. Next is coming from Turtleovic. This is another portion of the diorama, or maybe just another side of it. We showcased their diorama. It's another wall. We'll see it in a picture here. But this is Antonio's Pizzarama, and again, the level of workmanship on this is so good. There's so much detail. Just check out these little arch things, the awnings going over the windows. That is amazing. I love these little accent chunks that you've got there on the roof cap, looking great. And again, the multiple colors of the different materials really adds to it. And then you've got an actual store picture of the interior of this thing, and that really looks great. I really dig what you've got going on here. Here's some work in progress pics to see what they did to get to this. Some printings for the awning and the sign. This is amazing. I absolutely love it. And you can see this is the Mandarin restaurant that we showcased last week. We've got another one here. So you're just putting together, making multiple buildings into a full-on streetscape, which is so cool. I really love it. This one is coming from the Chris Lyons. We have not seen anything from you in a little while, and then you popped into my feed here, which is awesome. This is a nice little kind of like bodega type diner that you've got here. This thing is looking great. I love the craftsmanship on here. It's so clean and crisp looking. I really dig the paintwork. As you get in closer, you can just see the kind of perfection when it comes to the paintwork, the sculpt work of all of this. Everything is so straight and just looks so good. The door opens. It's just a great looking piece. And then your graffiti also really adds to the piece. So awesome job on this. I am really digging it. And then this one coming from Styrosmith Dio Arts. I've been watching this in progress for a while now, and this work is amazing. This is the Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum, or I forget what do we got? Sanctum Sanctorum. This is impeccable work. It is, I think I'm using that word a lot, impeccable. I like that word. This thing is so amazing. Just check out all of the detail, and if I am not mistaken, he sculpts all of this by hand. None of this is 3D printed. It is all done by hand. Now, maybe he's changed his workflow a little bit since the last time, but all of this by hand is absolutely amazing. He does a lot with individual bricks, which is awesome, but just check out this window. How awesome is that? It is so cool. There's so much detail, and the paintwork is so good on here. I mean, I'm just amazed at your level of skill and workmanship. It is so good. I absolutely love everything about this. So this is just a phenomenal piece. If you aren't following Styrosmith Dio Arts, please go do that because they do some absolutely stunning work. This really cool piece is coming from Ernst Creations, Lupin the Third, Fuma Conspiracy, and this thing is just a solid piece. They do amazing work every single time I see their work. It is always so good and so creative, and this is like a bridge that has been destroyed at the end, and we've got debris actually falling from the end of this thing. It is so cool. Just check that out. That is awesome. The detail work on this, so good. Great paint. Look at that. Actually looks like real wood, and then your stone looks, it is so amazing. I absolutely love this piece. It is so cool. So awesome job. This is coming from Rhino Dioramas. If you haven't already, go check them out, rhinodioramas.com. Give them a follow on Instagram. They do lots of 3D printed items. They also sell dioramas, lots of 1/10 scale and 1/12 scale. Did I say 1/10? I meant 1/6 scale. And this is a 1/6 scale Avengers Age of Ultron diorama. Do you remember that scene where they're all together and they're trying to lift the Thor's hammer? This, I believe, is that scene, and this thing is awesome. And if this is 1/6 scale, this thing is huge to be able to have this many figures sitting on this display piece. But there's just so many cool little props and whatnot in here. We've got a couple more closer pictures. You see, you got the beer bottles, all of that. Just a clean and crisp display. They do lots of really good paintwork and whatnot, and this is just such a cool piece. This one is coming from Urbartho. I don't think we've showcased any of your work before, and this is looking for Ricky while being stuck home, want to keep exploring abandoned places, found a safe way to do it, blah 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 blah. Now, I'm not sure if this is from any kind of title or if this is something that you invented yourself. I'm not certain, so I would love to hear in the comments a little bit more detail about what is going on here, but it looks like there's some sort of a creature coming through the hole in this floor or whatever, and I just love all of the angles and the details that you've got on here. Nothing, it looks like it's nothing is like fully straight, and it looks intentional because everything is that way, and I love that style. It's just super cool. So I'm not certain what this is from, but I am really digging it. The colors are very cool, and I love this little light that's coming up through the floor. So more information would be great. I'd love to know. This one's coming from Figdorf. What do we got? Figdorf B. Willington. We showcased some of their work earlier on, and we've got another one here. This is an Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I didn't even need to be told that this is what it was from. I saw the X marks the spot, and I'm like, oh, this is Indiana Jones, and sure enough it was. And this thing is really cool. You've got a perfectly done X right in the middle. If you remember that scene where he bashes a hole into the floor and then gets into the catacomb or whatever that is, super cool display piece. Really digging on it. You did a great job, and look at that stained glass window. How cool is that? So much detail. I want to know how did this come about? Did you make this, or is this something that you bought? Want some details on that because it is super cool. Same with these. Did you sculpt these? What's going on there? I want to know more, but this is a really cool looking display piece. This one's coming from Coco Deco by Cocozer, and this is a language that I don't know, but the detail work on this is super cool. The paint is really nice. I am really digging this. Not sure if this is a work in progress or if this is done. If there's more to come up around here or not, I'm not sure, but just check out the detail on these stones. The paint work on here is amazing. I dig it so much. There's kind of like a yellowish, greenish color throughout to give it a little bit more contrast. It's sculpted so well. It looks like all of these bricks are probably, or stones are individually cut and then painted and glued on here, which is pretty darn awesome. I love it when you guys do that. It takes more time unless you've come up with some techniques to be able to save time doing that. I'm looking at a couple of options on what I want to try for that as well. But it's so cool to see this, and I really dig this. Just look at all that paint detail. My goodness. So good. This one's coming from Trophy Hunter Toys, and what do we got here? Done. It is done. Now I'm not sure. Oh, this is how to train a dragon, right? Yeah. And the part that I am most impressed with is your water effect. That it actually looks like it is waves. Looks super cool. I'm hoping that there's another closer picture that shows that to see if it's actually standing up or if you just painted that on. But I really dig this piece. It's really fun. Obviously, it doesn't have to just be for the How to Train Your Dragon pieces, but it's just really cool, and I like the little like foam that you've made there. That's a cool effect. Now this piece is really impressive. What are we calling this? This is Thetis's throne. Thetis? I don't know who that is. My first thought was Aquaman, but obviously that is not correct. Okay, what do we got? Diorama made with carved XPS foam, real shells. Oh, there's real shells, handmade clay corals. Mermaid on the throne is a resin from a soap mold. Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. Your paintwork is amazing. Always your paintwork is so cool. I mean, just look at all of the color contrast. This is so cool. It is so amazing. Now, if this was waterproof, you could put this in the bottom of an aquarium and it would look amazing. Obviously, put it up on your shelf. It's going to look amazing. Absolutely love all the tonal contrasts of the paint. The sculpt is amazing on this. You just do some really amazing work. And I'm not mentioning the name only because I know that I always say it wrong, and you told me what your real name was, and I don't remember, and I apologize for that. But if you're not following her already, you really need to do so, because I mean, she just does some amazing work. It's so fun to see, and it's always a little bit unique from the last projects, and that's what I love about this. This one's coming from Kyodai Aramas. This thing is another one of those, I think, Saint Seiya type display pieces. The sculpt work on here is amazing. There's just so many details. It's so cool. Look at all this debris in here, and all of the little edges and whatnot. They're all painted so great. I really dig this thing, and it's got different layers so that you can have, figures down below and up above, which is awesome. Really digging on the paint tones. You look a little bit closer and you can see that it's a little bit darker in different areas and lighter, and just love that extra a detail that people add in there. So awesome job. This one is coming from Badger Dio. It is an abandoned morgue 1/12 scale. It is for sale, so hit them up if this is something that you're looking for. I really like the dingy look that you've got in here, especially with the floors looking all dirty and whatnot, unkept. It's just a really nice piece. Lots of room for different posing and whatnot of figures. I really dig this little anatomy poster that you've got up there, and then the exit sign, and all of these little individual tiles that are popped out. That is also a really nice addition to this. And then the little work table, there's a lot of nice detail on that as well. So really nice job on this piece. This one is chock full of details as well. It is from Modelismo Fantasy. Haven't seen anything from you in a little while, so it's good to see you back posting stuff to the hashtag. This is called the Shelter. It's handmade XPS foam 1/56 scale, so that's pretty small scale. And they've got a YouTube channel. Go check them out if you are interested. There's so much detail in here. The wood is really looking nice on here, especially on the floor. There's just so many cool, interesting details on here. And then your stones, that looks really good. I love the paintwork that you've got on there. So they're sculpted really great. These boxes also really nice touch to this piece. So awesome job. Really digging on all of this work. You did a really nice job. And Crashbox Customs back at it again with Mezco toys. If you recall the new release that they did of what is it, Baron Benz? No, I don't know what this figure is, but it's one of those custom figures like Gomez, I think, from Mezco. Somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but really cool that he is able to get his work showcased by Mezco. He has a really good agreement with them or whatever, so that he's providing the dioramas. So very cool for him to be able to have his work in these product shots. And this one's coming from, what was it, Carver Customs. What do we got? Since today was a bit of an anniversary, figured finish this last part of this project. This is a really nice looking piece. It's a broken down sort of building. I really dig it when you guys make these buildings where it's not fully enclosed. It's not, it's got these edges that are like broken down and whatnot. And this thing looks really cool. Really like the paintwork on the door. Some very nice work that you did there. And this thing is just going to look really cool on a shelf. So very, very nice job. This one is coming from DMX Enix. It is Star Wars diorama. You should recognize all of this scene to a certain degree. I believe he 3D printed this hallway and whatnot. Obviously, he painted it up and whatnot. But he sent me a note, I think, earlier on in the year, stating that if I was interested in getting the plans to be able to 3D print this myself, I actually, now that I am working to get my own 3D printer, I might hit you up for that, because now I might actually be able to print this off. But this thing looks so awesome. I really dig this piece. Comes in multiple pieces and then you snap it together. It's just super fun to be able to make something like this. So awesome job to DMX Enix for a really cool looking piece. This one is coming from DJ Omega Supreme out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It is finished, just a little piece of the underworld. Been working on for some new ACBA work, and this thing is looking really cool. You'll notice that the lights here are actually kind of glowing, so it looks like it is real flame. So I bet you're gonna be able to make some really cool pictures. Really digging on all of the they're not stalactites, stalagmites, whichever one pokes up, but that blood that's just running down is super cool. This thing is gonna look really amazing for some pictures. Here's some work in progress. And then I'm interested in knowing what this blood is, if it's some sort of resin or whatever it might be. It's just super cool. So let us know in the comments what you used for that red stuff, because I am very, very interested. Next up is this one coming from Star Marvel 76, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air diorama. This is really cool looking. The graffiti is really awesome on here. You do a really nice job with that. Let's cycle through some of these so you can see all of what's going on here. The throne obviously looks awesome. This must be a custom action figure, because I don't think that there are any Fresh Prince action figures out there. So that is super. It probably says here, shoes by Justin Customs, chair from China, milliput sculpt, acrylic paint, modified Deadshot head sculpt. That makes sense. So very cool looking display piece. It's so cool to see when people are able to add their custom action figures in with their dioramas to make a very cool display. So awesome job. This one's coming from Bryman XL, second diorama for your Star Wars Black Series figures. Simple setup, but you've got lots of room to be able to set up your figures, which is really cool. So I am excited to see more work coming from you in the future. This one's coming from Hemble Creations Customs, and this thing is super cool. There's so many details on here. It's so realistic looking, the paintwork on here, and then you've got these like roots that are growing outside. So cool looking, and these little tufts of grass. Awesome. Where do you get these? Do you make them? I need to know. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm interested in these little miniatures. What are these? Are these Warhammer, or I'm so confused. I don't know anything about them. So I would love to know a little bit more about these little figures. It's PKAAU something or other. It's 1/35th scale. I just don't know what these things are. So I gotta know. Let me know in the comments. And this one's coming from Dolbister. Let's see. This is your first non-military diorama ever. I'm gonna have to go look and see what else you've been building. This thing looks really cool. It is a perfect little log cabin display piece, and it looks so realistic. You got little lights in the inside inside, which is super cool. It's got a nice perfect glow, like there is a fire inside, which is super cool. The snow looks very, very real. What do you use for the snow? I kind of want to know that. So awesome job. Glad to be able to showcase this. This one's coming from Make Mine Articulated, and it's just a simple little wall with a ground type of display. It's kind of similar to one that I've been working on and been using for some of my tutorial videos and whatnot. And this is something that whether you're a beginner or you're a seasoned pro, doing some of these little single wall pieces can be really nice to be able to get a project done really quick, and you can put even more effort into really getting more detail on here. And I think you did a great job with this piece, adding in some moss and whatnot, and adding a little bit more onto the paint, which is super cool. And then you've got these little posters slapped on here. And that's the fun thing about these smaller pieces, is you have a little more time to be able to put more effort into it, which is super cool. And then last but not least, coming from London.K.Morgan, it's a new 1/12 scale dio. They have it up for sale, so you hit them up on the DMs if this is something that you are interested in. I am really digging the crack, or the busted out portion that you've got here, which is super cool to see. And then you've got a whole bunch of debris throughout this as well. It's always so cool. I always talk about this, how I like seeing the destruction and how people do that, which is super fun. It's going to make for lots of nice pictures, and you did a really nice job. So again, if somebody is interested in buying this, hit them up in their DMs, and I'm sure they will make a great deal for you. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode, but we are not quite done yet. We got to reveal my top 5, and you'll get your chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. And my top 5 are the Parking Garage Dio by Diorama Boy, the Subway Station Dio by Joe's Dios, Antonio's Pizzarama Dio by Turtleovic, the Corner Bodega Dio by the Chris Lyons, and the Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum Dio by Styrosmith Dio Arts. Again, make sure you go to the community tab on my channel and vote for your favorite, and I will reveal the winner next week. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, if you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and that bell notification if you haven't already. It's just so much fun doing this show. I couldn't do it without all of you, so thank you so much. And you know what? If you have a chance, share this video out with as many people as you can to keep growing the community, keep growing the channel, and keep growing the show. And I will see you next week.